Welcome back. It's the sixth day of the conflict in the Middle East, and Iran's leaders are grappling with the question of who should succeed the Ayatollah, who was, of course, killed on Saturday. It's also proving hard to gauge the mood among the country's 90 million population, but we're going to try and do that now. Delighted to say we're joined by the British-Iranian journalist Shooka Bidarian. Shooka, thanks so much for joining us. We were just talking in the break, and the extent to which you are able to connect and talk to people in Iran and how that's changed over the last few days.
Absolutely. When on the first day of war, it was slightly easier for them to send through certain videos on different platforms, obviously. But then over the years, the internet connection has been very tricky, and the only internet that could work sometimes is the one that is being monitored and supervised. So it is very difficult to get actual messages through, but phone calls seem to be easier for people. So I have been getting short phone calls or messages that I would then take a quick screenshot and then delete, just so I have some information from inside Iran.
And how would you summarise the majority of people's feelings, firstly, to the fact that the Ayatollah was killed?
Absolutely. Again, the testimonies that I have been receiving, what people in Iran are experiencing, I think may be difficult for many to understand. From cities around Iran and even in the Iranian diaspora, we have been getting reports of celebrations, and it's because many people now feel that the US and Israel have finally come to intervene and help them liberate their country, and that Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, the person responsible for many deaths, imprisonment and torture of many Iranians over the years, is now dead. And so this reflects a level of desperation, I think, that most people rarely get to experience. People are not, the ordinary Iranians aren't looking at this as a war. They are simply seeing this as a rescue mission where they finally get a chance to free themselves from one of the most brutal dictatorships in the modern history.
What if, for example, the Ayatollah is replaced by his son and someone similarly hardline? Will it all be for nothing?
Well, I can tell you what people have been asking for, right? People have been going on the streets, thousands of them, and they have lost their lives chanting, "Pahlavi will return, long live the king, Reza Pahlavi is our national slogan." Iranian people have realized that this system at its core is no longer working. It has failed. So it doesn't matter whether it's the hardliners or even the reformists that I've been hearing about recently as alternatives for what happens after the fall of the Islamic regime. People are clear, and I think a very good evidence of that is the 2018 nationwide protest, when people actually chanted, hardliners, reformists, the game is over. People have gone on the street in Iran and they have chosen their leader for this transition, and that is Reza Pahlavi, the exiled crown prince of Iran.
Do you think that's likely? Are people scared that it's not going to go that way?
There are so many uncertainties at the moment, but again, from the messages I am receiving from inside Iran, obviously it's such an emotional split, but one moment people are feeling that hope and relief and joy because they are seeing the regime that has been responsible for the misery of 90 million people is being destroyed, and the next second they are extremely worried and concerned about their loved ones, right? But that is the only way in their eyes that they can finally be free from this dictatorship.
And what's the view towards the US at this stage?
Again, from the messages I am receiving, the main message that is coming out is that they are grateful to what the US and Israel is doing, even though it is not easy being under attack. They are seeing their cities being destroyed, but the fact that this is giving them that hope that they have been looking for, and they've been actually asking the US about and Israel to intervene so they can be free. That's what the message is at the moment.
Shooka, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.